Hi friends, welcome to another video on our financial planning series. This time I'm not going to talk about retirement planning or creating a corpus or making some investments, but I'm going to talk about another important topic called as financial information for family members. See, most of us make a lot of investments. We try to save money, we invest in mutual funds, we invest in equities, we save money in the form of PF, PPF. So there are multiple places where investments are made and your savings are channelized in that. But what happens is sometimes this information is not provided to our family members, and this becomes a bigger issue at some time. All of us know that life is uncertain. For example, recently when singer KK passed away, I saw a lot of WhatsApp status which did talk about how uncertain life is. So everyone knows that life is uncertain, and there is some planning which needs to be done at our end as well, considering the uncertainty it poses. So every person should keep a record of critical financial investments and liabilities they have, and give this information to their family members on a continuous basis. That is very critical. Now why am I saying this? I'll just show you a fact. Fact is around 1 lakh crores. Look at the amount of money. 1 lakh crores of money is currently available in unclaimed bank accounts, fixed deposits, mutual fund, insurance, dividends. So there are multiple amount. This is only where you have made investment. Sometimes you may give even a loan to your friends, family members. So all that is also there. So somewhere around 1 lakh crores of money which you had invested and wanted to give it to your family members at some point of time, that money is lying unclaimed. And why is it unclaimed? Two major issues. One, you don't even give this communication to the family member. So if anything unfortunate happens and they are not even aware of this information, saying that there is money which is lying. Money could be lying in a demat account, money could be lying in a mutual fund AMC, money could be lying in unclaimed dividends. So this money is available, that itself is not known to your family members. And the second issue is, if you have that money available, some of you would not have done a nomination for your family member. It's very critical that whenever you make any financial investment, make it a rule that you will add appropriate nominee, and the nominee details will have to be updated as part of the checklist which I am going to give. I am going to give you a checklist in some time, but the nominee details need to be provided to your family members, and you should ensure that everything which you open, because in still some of the areas nominee is not mandatory. So when you are trying to open a demat account or when you are trying to create a mutual fund investment, sometimes you forget adding a nominee. Because you are in urgency to create an investment, you don't add nominee. And sometimes when you add the nominee, the details are not properly added. There are some spelling errors which are there when nominee details are added. All this will lead to lots of challenges, because there is a lot of legal issue which your dependents will get into in case anything unfortunate happens. So it's very critical that any financial investment you make, the nominee details are 100% added. Be it a bank account, be it a mutual fund, be it an insurance, be it your demat account, everywhere you are adding the right nominee details. Sometimes what could happen is you would have added nominee as your father or mother, something unfortunate could have happened and you have not yet updated the nominee details after that. So ensure that the nominee details are updated on a continuous basis. If the nominee details are not updated, then again, because if you want to claim money, you will need some succession certificate, you will need a legal heir certificate, there is a significant amount of money to be spent on that. So all these challenges you wouldn't want your family members to go through. But the important thing is, first please keep a record of the information. The second issue is the nomination. First, the information itself is not available with the family members. Making family aware of the entire financial information. I will give you a checklist format. Please ensure that you are filling that. And for every investments which you make, now onwards, make it a ground rule that you will update the nomination. Whatever investments you have made till now, please ensure that the nominee details are updated. If not updated, please contact the appropriate bank or the AMC or the demat broker and tell them to update the nominee details. Even in your vehicle insurance, everywhere there is a nominee detail to update. So wherever nominee details are to be updated, please do update them. in vehicle insurance nominee details, in medical insurance, life insurance, there are multiple places where nominee details are to be updated. Now what is this LKR checklist format? So I'll share a word copy to you. It will be an editable document, so you can just keep adding all those details in that editable document, and then maybe password protect that file and then give it to your close family members whom you are sure that they need access to this information. You can prepare a checklist format for every family members of yours. You can do one for yourself, one for your father, one for your mother, one for your spouse, one for your kids if you have made some major investments. So you can prepare this. In the checklist also you can share some confidential data like some passwords, some login details can be added, because somewhere they will need access to this at some point of time. So you can add all that information which you are comfortable. Broadly we want you to cover all these details: your name, details such as your PAN card, Aadhaar card, important email IDs which you use normally, because the email IDs may get some OTPs. The email IDs may also have your statements like your mutual fund investment details, bank account details. So bank accounts, PF and PPF investments, if you have any provident fund or public provident fund, demat details, insurance detail, immovable assets, if you have extended any loans, if you have taken any loans, if any bank loans have been taken, any other data you want to share like your sovereign gold bond details. So all this needs to be shared or needs to be maintained in a proper format. I'll show you the checklist format which I want you to follow it. This is the LKR checklist format. So you capture your personal information, some important contacts like your auditor, bank relationship manager, any other financial advisor, important email IDs. You can add password also if you want. The mutual fund investments which you have made along with the nominee details. Similarly bank account. So all that information needs to be added, and finally you can also share data on the passwords which are there, the important passwords and the login details. So all this information needs to go to your family members. So I'll share this as an attachment in my video. I would want you to go through this. Please fill this on a continuous basis. Keep updating this every 3 or 6 months, and then give this to your close family members or friends. If you are somewhere, if you are very confident, if you have the trust factor with a friend or a family member or a colleague, whomever you believe that this person needs to get the information, most importantly your parents and spouse should have this information. So please provide them that information so that they do not face any challenges if at all any unfortunate incident happens. With this I kind of cover the discussion on this. If you want us to cover any other topic, you can do update in the comment section. Thank you friends.